And we're live. Hello everyone, my name is Tangi.
And I'm Jack.
And this is Freedom Homestead. Welcome to Monday night.
Good morning, or good evening.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was no.
Good way to start it.
Hey everybody. So we are late because we have a couple of guests here that we're really pumped about being here. And our dog is trying to break down the door.
Yeah, you let them in.
So, do y'all want to come on now, or you want to?
Yeah, mute the laptop.
There we go.
There's Bro Farms. There's
All right.
Becky, Dawn.
Hey everybody. Oh, you know what? Let's
Kentucky Faith Haven Farm. Yeah, we need to pull some chairs up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to stand.
And I'm gonna widen this out.
Just gonna kinda,
How's the sound? Can everybody hear us okay?
I'll come over there by you, Tangi.
okay.
On the other side. On the outside.
Okay. Let's see. You can just. I don't know how this is gonna work. We just gonna squeeze in.
Come have a seat. Come have a
Sit
seat.
down, Tangi.
Okay.
And I'll sit here next to you for a minute.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So, if you don't know these beautiful faces, these are the faces of Hodgepodge Homestead. This is John,
Hey everybody.
and this is Heather.
It's throwing me off because it's like that one's so
Yeah.
behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sound is
I've never done
good. Okay. Thank you for letting
Good
us know
deal.
the sound's good. Good day from Australia.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah.
There's that. Oh yeah, it's in your yard. That's
Yeah.
Josh from Australia.
And we got people from Montana. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we got people from everywhere.
So they were just traveling through. You guys are on the way to Florida, right?
Gulf Shores.
Yeah.
Gulf
Alabama.
Shores. Yeah, the Alabama area. We always just say we're going to Florida, and then we end up in Gulf Shores. They're very tired because they've driven from Michigan since early this morning, and they were so lucky to have them. We're glad they got to
Very
stop
excited.
and
We're lucky.
spend some
Yes.
time. No.
We're appreciative. We
Yeah.
got to camp out in their yard.
Well, now they have a camper.
Yes.
And
They have a camper.
No tents in the backpack.
Yeah.
So, y'all want to introduce your channel? Tell everybody.
Sure, we're our Hodgepodge Homestead. I'm John, and this is my wife Heather. Normally you don't
behind
see
the
Heather,
camera.
she's usually filming. And when we speak about filming, we haven't done one in a very long time. We sold our house. We're now living in our camper, and we're just traveling around and seeing this nation. And we're on our way to Florida, and we decided we'd stop here first.
Yeah.
It's our first stop on our big adventure.
Yep.
The Max. Remember the Max?
Yep.
Says,
Oh,
hey, we
yeah.
met y'all at the Hootenanny.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're going to be coming your direction pretty soon.
Yeah.
We're going to hit Mississippi.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are y'all going for the Deep South?
I don't think we're gonna miss. I think
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna
think we'll
miss
miss
that.
that.
We have this Michigan Taxidermy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I think is the same week as
Yeah.
that or something.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I guess they might know. I found out today, I'm going to brag a little bit on you. I found out today that he is in the Michigan Taxidermy Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is.
I thought that's cool. That
We've
is
never
really
had
cool.
a Hall of Famer in our house before.
Yes, you're the
Crazy.
first Hall of Famer we've ever had
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yep. So if you have any taxidermy questions, ask away. No.
I bet you got some stories too.
I've got some stories.
Yeah. Did anybody ever bring you stuff that was just way too far gone?
Or
Like,
illegal.
why did they let it sit and rot for
Oh,
a
yeah.
week?
Oh yeah, the smells you get in a taxidermy shop beat
Yeah.
anything. But
Like
I'm that
no
guy.
other.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, what is the most unusual thing you've ever stuffed?
I've not really done anything real weird or anything. You know, just rodents. People have wanted their rats done and things like that.
Pets?
I don't do pets because
People do though. We
People
do have
have-
a few
yeah.
friends that will do
That's
that.
kind of.
a lot of them they'll freeze dry them though.
Yeah.
They can manipulate the expression way better than
Really?
taxidermy wise. But I've gotten hawks, and you know they're illegal unless you have special paperwork to do it. I've had hawks left on my truck in my shop before. And I wonder who did it. And a week later, somebody says, "Hey, did you get that hawk on it?"
Yeah, I can't have that.
Can't have those. Don't leave those anymore.
Nobody
Yeah,
tried to
don't
bring
do
you a bald eagle, have they?
No.
I did have a guy want me to do a band with squirrels, and he says I've got all the instruments that will fit them. And he said, "How much would you charge me?" I said, $500 a squirrel. 'Cause I didn't want to do
you
them.
Didn't want to do it. Yeah.
That's too. What band? Do you remember what band it was that they wanted to do?
Oh no, he just had instruments for each one
Oh,
and wanted them
gotcha.
playing the
That's funny.
instruments. So.
Did it look like Kiss or something, and like you paint the
Yeah.
faces or
He was a
whatever?
Metallica guy.
That's awesome.
North Star Prepstetter.
Oh, we met her.
She was at the
she's
Hootenanny
from,
as well.
Minnesota or Wisconsin. Or
Yes,
somewhere
yeah.
up
She's
there.
one of our moderators, and she's already added your link.
Oh, nice. Thank
Hodgepodge
you.
Homestead channel. And they haven't been doing a whole lot of videos lately because, I mean, y'all can tell the story, but you sold your house. And
Yeah.
Yeah, we sold our house in September, and we've been living in our camper since. And fortunately, Michigan had a pretty mild winter. We only had a few days that were really, really cold, so we got lucky. But we also got lucky. We got to stay at my wife's sister's house, so we stayed there pretty much for free for a while, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
And so I think we're gonna do some travel videos and basically say, hey, here we are today,
And we
this is who we're
plan
visiting today.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
We do plan to resettle back in Michigan, and then start homesteading again for sure. I mean, that's where our heart is. We want to do it.
Yeah.
We just saw an opportunity. We knew we weren't in our forever home, and all the kids moved out, and we're like, well, we have one that still technically lives at home, but he's away at school. So, we don't get another chance like this to kind of be free for a little bit.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
explore and
Enjoy
travel
it while you
and-
can. For
We've
sure.
got a lot of homestead friends. We have a lot of homesteaders in Michigan.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Yeah, and we've meddled quite a few over
Yeah.
the last couple of years.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
For those of you who hadn't been to the Hootenanny yet, 2 years ago, people at the Hootenanny got my retirement countdown.
Oh yeah.
Well, that countdown's now over. I retired January 3rd, so this
That's
is what we
awesome.
planned on doing is
Yep.
going out and seeing this great country and meeting up with friends at their places. And we pulled in here today, and my wife said, "Yeah, it's like we've been here before. 'Cause
Yeah.
we've seen this so many times."
Yeah, that's definitely one of the beauties
I
of.
recognize that kitchen.
Yeah, I think that's one of the
I'm like, I
beauties
just-
of YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said I just watched her what makes do the other night.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's neat because you feel like you know somebody, and we were talking about earlier. There are some people that kind of give you weird vibes, but then there's other people that just feel like family. Like,
Oh,
just right out of the
absolutely, right
gate.
from the get go.
Yeah,
for
'cause
sure.
Like it didn't feel weird. It was just like, yeah, family's coming to visit. And
Yeah.
that's what it feels like. John and Heather. they're
Hard
coming.
Knocks Homestead says they're hoping to make it this year.
Oh,
Fingers
nice.
crossed. Yeah.
Well, I know there is a Facebook page for the Pratt family Hootenanny Facebook page,
Yes.
and they're getting ready to release the registration for
Okay,
the campsites and all that.
Yeah.
He said they're still working some kinks out of it, but there should be a lot more.
But they have mentioned too that if you want to go get your site early, because there's a huge family gathering here that same weekend.
Oh.
They're
Yeah.
gonna fill
Saw
up
that.
fast, so
Yeah.
if you want
They
to
have
go,
22 sites, I think, reserved for the group.
Okay.
But
But
there is another big group that's going to be
gonna
there.
be there.
too.
But as we were talking about today with the Hootenanny, we all just talked about, it's not such a pressured thing where there's this seminar, this seminar, this seminar, this seminar, and you don't know where to go, but you still want to visit with your friends. That's what the Hootenanny is all about. Is just socializing and meeting up with people you've never met before, and then of course seeing your friends that you only see once a year,
Yeah.
and great food.
Awesome.
Lots
great
of
companionship,
good food,
and
yeah.
a beautiful setting too.
Yeah.
It really is.
And lots of time, like you said, to really get to know people.
Yeah, they do. I think they had intended last year to do a couple like little demonstrations, but they were just kind of very casual.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely love like the homesteaders and all that the wealth of knowledge, the Homesteaders of America conference, and the wealth of knowledge that you can gain there. But sometimes it is nice to just have a picnic
Yeah.
with
Yes.
a bunch of people that are like family that you
Yeah.
never see,
Yeah, because I know they Mike from Part-Time Permies did the pasta demonstration.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was
Awesome.
cool.
And it was incredible food.
Yes.
And then I know Lisa Sutton was there to answer questions about canning. And but like you said, it was very, we just walked around and enjoyed fellowship, and it seemed like all the kids got along. All the kids were out playing. And
There was a lot of things to do for the kids.
Yeah.
They could play around, and there was this crazy
Swimming
dance that they
and-
had everybody doing
Oh my gosh.
every 10 minutes. But
Yeah.
Plus,
Oh,
I
challenge.
have to plug this too. Plus, we had the Mid-Michigan Mobile Butchering Team there.
That's
Y'all know
right.
who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have the opportunity to go to the Hootenanny, we highly recommend it. It's just a really, really good time.
Yeah,
Really good time.
it's put on by the Pratt family, and like she said, they've already got a Facebook page.
Yep.
They have a
I
Facebook
think
page
it's
for it.
linked in their website too. so-
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can look at the Pratt Family Homestead's social media, and you can find the links to it. And it's in
Somerset Center.
Center.
June,
Oh,
It's July.
July.
I think
It's in
it's
July.
the 18th.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Sounds
around
right.
July 18th,
We're really sure.
Yeah, we're not sure.
Somerset Center.
Yes.
Somerset Center,
Somerset
Michigan.
Center, Michigan. Yeah.
Real close to Jackson.
Yeah, and it is. Last year was our first time going, and we had a blast. And I've already asked off work, and I think they've already said yes. So we're already making plans.
Yeah,
we
we're making
cannot
plans
wait
to
to go
go.
again.
We'll have the coffee.
Yes.
So I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all follow us on Facebook, I had actually gone on Facebook Live one of the mornings. I guess it was Saturday
It
morning.
was Saturday. Yeah.
And I didn't realize that there were outlets posted at each campsite, and I was like, well, if I'd known that, I would have brought my coffee pot. Well, Heather was watching me go live on Facebook, and she's like, girl, just come on over, I got some coffee. I was like, okay, I'm coming, like, I'm serious. And then when I went off live, I told Emily, I was like, I really hope she knows that I was being serious. I'm going over for coffee. So that
It was a
really
genuine
nice.
offer, so it worked out.
Yeah, and it was really, really nice. It was nice having
And they
coffee
introduced us to a
with
new coffee.
Yes, and they brought us some.
Yes.
It is the Michigan, what is it
Michigan
called?
cherry.
Michigan cherry. Oh my goodness. And it smells and tastes so good. If you get the opportunity to try Michigan cherry coffee, it's almost like dessert in a cup. It's really, really good. But let's see, who else we got? Hey, there's Cliff. Did you ever get that? His name is Jump Off A, but his name is Cliff.
Oh,
Jump Off A,
okay.
Cliff. Get it?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's clever. That is clever.
It is clever.
I like that.
Yeah, and North Star knows about the Michigan cherry
Michigan
coffee.
cherry coffee. Yeah.
Yep, it is really, really good. And so we're really excited that they are here and that they made us part of their stop. So
First
We
time.
appreciate you having us.
And we're glad that it was kind of a nice day.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
it
us
was
to be here.
beautiful.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
expecting it to be
70
rainy.
degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Very un-winter-like.
Yeah, very un-Kentucky winter.
I think
Well,
it was
that's what
32 when we left
Yeah.
Michigan this morning.
You might get down to Gulf Shores and it'd be colder than it is in
Well,
Kentucky.
they're calling for like upper 50s to 60. All next week is supposed to rain, so if it's too bad, we may just forget the Gulf Shores
Yeah.
and head to Florida or
Well,
something.
it's supposed to change here in another day or two. so-
Which is how it is here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to rain tonight.
Yeah, and that's cool that y'all have the freedom to do that. They're like, oh man, we booked this place for however long. It's like, yeah, you know, I don't like the weather. Let's go on down the road. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I have my internet service for work, as long as I have my Verizon, I'm
Work.
Yeah. Chomp.
rub it in.
If you've joined us late, we are with the Hodgepodge Homestead.
Our hodgepodge
Our
homestead.
Hodgepodge Homestead with John and Heather Crabb, and they've stopped by for the day to spend some time with us on their travels, and we're so happy to have them.
Yeah. Hopefully we haven't been too bored.
No, not at all.
Oh no, I had
It's
a
Same
great
as-
chili, some of the best chili I've had.
Oh my
Aw,
gosh,
thank
the
you.
best
Great chili, sweet tea,
Yeah.
Sweet tea.
Texas sweet tea, right back.
In other words, glucose is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh me. But
Trying to catch everything.
yeah. Oh, there's Arms Family Homestead. What's up, Daniel? We were actually talking about
Yep.
you earlier. How funny
Hey
is that?
Daniel and everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about you guys earlier.
So Hooves and
Good
Harvest.
things, by the way. Or good things.
Hooves and Harvest said that they are from Southwest Michigan. What part are y'all from?
Jackson County. Oh, are you asking them?
No.
Or me. They're asking me.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
in Jackson County.
Pull
Yeah,
up your
Jackson
calendar.
County.
My calendar.
Because Kathy has said the Hootenanny is July the 25th,
25th.
but I think it's the week before that.
I think it is. I think it's
the week
18th.
before that. I think it's the 18th because that's the weekend I've asked off work.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what we've got down. Yeah, that it's the. Wait a minute.
So-
Scrolling.
So I hope it's the 18th.
Yeah, we've got it down as the 18th. So I
Yeah,
hope
right
that's
here.
right.
July 18th.
Oh yeah, from
Yeah.
12 to 7.
Jump off A says, give me some tips on how to eat a hot pepper. Yeah.
One bite.
Yeah. Really quick. Yeah. That was just stupid of me to do that one day.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, we were actually planning on going up to Michigan early, because we want to go to Port Huron and see Luke
Oh,
and
fun.
go to the store and maybe even eat at Bella Bola.
Oh,
It's
there
his
you go.
pizza
Yes.
place.
Yeah, we're hoping to go up a day early
Yeah.
just to visit up there.
Yep.
Make a stop into the store.
Yeah, see him and Cindy
Okay,
and all their crew.
so I think they are saying it's the 18th too. So
Okay.
they just that's fine.
Aw.
Just want to make sure. I didn't want people to. Oh, I didn't want to be asking off for the wrong weekend.
Right?
Yeah.
You guys show up a week early. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, it's next week.
Yeah, we're really
Plenty of
late.
sites
Call
open.
work. I'm taking another week off.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Aw, Gracefield said someone give that beautiful lady a chair. I tried
Oh,
to.
I'm okay. I've been
We
sitting all
got
day.
plenty of room. We got
Yeah.
plenty of room.
Yeah, I'm okay. I've been sitting all day.
Oh, me.
Did you show them your thing you got?
No, if y'all can see that
Mhm,
Heather
okay.
gave me a gift. Not only did I get the Michigan cherry coffee, but she gave me that really cute tea towel set. It says "Home Sweet Home" and it's in our colors. It's so cute. I love
Late
it.
on She's like,
Yeah. So one thing that Jack told me to tell y'all is that this week I'm going on a business trip, but when I get back, it is seed starting time, and
Yeah.
I'm just a little excited.
yes. Well, she's a lot excited. She's mentioned it once or twice.
That's just since we've been here.
Yeah. Just since within the last hour she's mentioned
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but it is time, and
Yeah.
Now, do you have your garden planned? Do you know what you're starting?
not yet, not totally. Like I know that I have the staples, that we have to grow, which are tomatoes, bell peppers, squash, okra, strawberries, green beans, garlic for sure. They brought me some Michigan
They brought
garlic.
us garlic.
Yes, very excited.
Well, they brought us their garlic
That we got from the Pratt.
that they
Yeah.
got from the press.
Yeah, which is even better. And I had talked about this one time because it was when the Texas boys had started selling fruit trees. Like he was selling, little, what's the word? Pieces of their tree. What is that called when you
Oh, like
when you cut a tree?
cuttings?
Cuttings, yes.
Cuttings?
So yeah, I said like when you cut a tree, it's called a cutting. But anyway, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool to have like little pieces of everybody's homestead to
Oh yeah, that
grow
would be
in
cool.
yours,
That
you
would
know?
be very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of gave me that with the garlic.
Maybe that's something everybody could bring to the Hootenanny.
yeah.
Everybody bring something from your homestead
Instead of a
to
sweep
trade
seed
away to
swap.
trade away with
Yeah.
somebody else's
Do a
homestead.
cutting
Yeah,
swap.
do some cuttings and things like that. That
instead
would
of a
be
seed
awesome.
swap.
Yeah.
I've got some dandelions I'll bring.
Yes, and I actually owe. I actually.
Crabgrass.
Some crabgrass. I actually owe several people some sunflower seeds.
Yes, you mentioned that earlier today too.
Yes, and I was like, I've got to mail those out. So yes, I have not forgotten. I just haven't gotten around to doing it
You're
yet.
sitting right out here on the porch.
I do have
Yeah.
some out there, yeah, but I've got some that I've bagged. I need to get them in the mail. But yeah, I saved sunflower seeds and zinnia seeds and marigold seeds.
Are you going to try to start them downstairs in the little grow lights? and-
Yeah, but I need a better. We'll talk
You need a
later.
better
Yes,
system.
I need a metal shelf where I have more space for my tomato plants when they get too tall and I can't raise the light any higher,
Yeah.
then it fries the leaves. So I need.
We know the pain.
Yeah, right.
Have y'all done that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah.
we do that and then we run to the store and buy plants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seems like that's pretty much how we start our seeds.
Yeah.
We start them, they die, we buy
We buy new ones. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
That's
Get
what
your
I've had
seeds
to
at
do.
In My Gardener.
Yep.
And,
And-
already a link to it.
Yes, thank you. And be sure to use my code TCW10 to save 10%.
Get 10% off every
That's
pack
right.
of seeds.
Yep. Which is, I mean, it's already, they're 99 cents. And then you just get like an even better deal.
Build an expanded PVC stand
Okay.
like Kathy did.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I'll watch that video and see how you did it. But yeah, what we use is my mom bought me it's like a greenhouse. It's like a wire shelf with greenhouse plastic that goes over it. And so I think
That's the one we got.
And
it's
then
probably
It might be, yeah.
Look out the lights from In My Gardener. didn't
yeah,
they?
and Luke sent us the lights, and so but anyway, so yeah, I mean there's only this much space per shelf, and then once you get the light in there, my tomato plants can only get like 3 inches tall before they're actually like up in the light. So yeah, I need to just invest the money in a good wire shelf that we can adjust the lighting. So or a grow table, but that seems like it'd be more involved. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, she's excited about starting seeds soon.
Yes, very, very. But yeah, I do need to. We need to figure out for sure how many beds we're going to be adding to the garden,
Yeah.
and then.
Well, we want to try to add another row, right?
At
Which
least
would be three more raised beds.
At least 3.
Yeah.
I mean, if we could do 6 more, that would be
I don't know
awesome.
about that. We'll see.
But yeah, because we're gonna have to backfill all the beds, and then yeah.
Oh, who's this? Beats Sweets Farm. First live chat I've watched from you guys.
Well, hi.
Hello from Florida.
Well, hi there.
Well, thank you for watching.
Welcome to Freedom Homestead.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And I haven't been on the last couple of weeks on live chats.
Yeah.
It's been you and Emily.
Well, I went alone one night, and then me and Emily did the next one.
Yeah.
But
Because I had been gone for some meetings and
yeah.
some church stuff.
So Jennifer at Serenity Hill said we do a folding table and hang the lights over it from the ceiling. We could actually do that in the basement.
We have a folding table.
Mm-hmm. And we have a ceiling.
We do.
Bingo.
I like it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, we can. There's stuff we could rig up.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely could start out with what we've got and then expand to other things.
Yeah.
Because
I love it.
last year, I don't know if it's because they were in the basement and there was a couple days we just forgot about them.
Oh yeah, that's
And-
I'm a terrible plant mama.
And
Out of
she-
sight, out of
yeah.
mind.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I do the
neglected
same.
them.
And they burned
And they-
up. Well, we weren't watering them like
Some
we
of them
should.
burned up, and then the rest of them turned into mulch. But
That
yeah,
happens.
it does happen. But it's always sad because they look so pretty there for a little bit, and then they just wither away.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I can't tell you. I have started some beautiful like artichokes, asparagus, and then they die.
So
Our
I know-
problem is we start too early because we get
We
excited.
get too
We start
excited.
too
We
early,
see the people
and then
south
they're too
starting
big,
to-
and we still snow or
Yeah.
stuff forges frost. And
Or they end up like this tall and this big around,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
fall over. And
Are y'all going to be able to grow anything now that you're traveling for a while?
probably not.
Probably not this
summer.
year, but we put up so much food, and all our preserves are in a storage unit, like a temperature controlled storage unit.
Sweet.
So every time we go home,
we can replenish.
we'll grab out of
Replenish,
that.
that's great.
And we carry it with us. So
That's awesome.
That's good. Because so you're still living in the RV off of food that you grew from
Yep.
last spring.
Yeah.
I got pigs we raised. I've got some steaks in my freezer, and I've got some venison in my freezer.
That's very awesome.
Some bluegill.
I bet there's not
Yeah.
many RVers that can say that they're,
Yeah.
they're eating that well or
Yeah.
that healthy and that good
Yeah.
and that fresh food.
Well, in fact, I mean that's for our friends that we know that have traveled, done the RV life. That is a big time struggle when you're used to having your homegrown fresh food, and then
Well, I
you're
remember
fast fooding it.
when Meg and Ben were traveling, finding fresh produce, because they like to eat fresh,
Very
you know,
healthy,
vegetables,
yeah.
and they had a heck of a time because in California they
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
have fresh vegetables
Yeah.
and fresh fruit. So
Well, our chili tonight we had. You said it was venison, your canned tomatoes, your preserved beans, and
all of it.
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You know, it was wonderful.
Yep, I did. Yeah, there was home canned salsa, home canned chili beans, home canned black beans, and
Even
2
that
pounds of
jar
venison.
of jalapenos were.
Yeah, the jalapenos were
Homegrown.
from our garden, and then of course I cooked. You know, you cook your venison in bacon grease, so it's our reserved
Makes it
bacon
better.
grease.
It's the only thing that can make venison better.
yeah.
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 Oh, I'm just seeing Bro Farms registered for the Deep South gathering
Oh,
too.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one that we want to go to, that he has asked off for, but they've already told us that it's not looking
Well,
very
I-
promising.
Well, I've asked off for it.
That one's in March.
One of those that weekend, and also falls on spring breaks are starting around that time, and they need me at work. But he told me he's going to work on the schedule next week, and if he can find coverage, he will try to get it to where we can go. So
Yeah.
we're still hoping.
We're hoping, yeah.
We're still hoping.
I think that's the one we can't do because of
Yeah.
the taxidermy show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is in March.
March,
Yeah.
yeah. In Wiggins, Mississippi.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're very hopeful that we will be there.
Yes.
Because we wanted to go last year, and then we couldn't. Our plans fell through, so we really want to try to go this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think every year for the past 3 years, I know, we've at least been able to go to a new gathering that we hadn't been to before.
Yeah. Which is nice because you can meet new people
Yeah.
and see people that you've seen before, just in different
Because
settings.
last year the Hootenanny was
Great.
new to us. The Hootenanny was new to us last year, and then we went to the one in Western Kentucky, the old-fashioned picnic.
And then we went to the harvest celebration.
Oh yeah, we went to 3. Yeah.
Which one was the Stivers? Was
The
that
harvest
Stivers, the
celebration.
harvest
is the-
celebration.
the Stivers. And so we've done Homesteaders of America. My very first one that I ever went to was the Appalachian Homestead. It was her first conference
Yeah.
that I went to, and
you
then
got to meet Doug and Stacy there.
met Doug and Stacy there.
Did a video with them.
And I also met. Do you guys remember Misty Prepper? Did you ever watch her?
I've heard of her.
Misty
I don't-
Prepper. Yeah, she was one of the first homesteaders that I ever saw on YouTube.
I learned a lot of my initial canning from her.
Did you?
Yeah.
Her like off grid. Did you ever see? She actually did a video one time on homemade Velveeta. Do you remember that video?
I know.
And I want to say y'all can if y'all know
She
who
do
I'm
it
talking
on a
about.
wood stove on her porch.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And
That's cool.
but she was
That's
there,
neat.
so I got to meet her, and of course met Doug and Stacy, and of course met Patera. And I'm trying to remember if there were any other. Oh, and I saw Mike and Jenny there. That was the first time I had ever
Yeah,
seen them.
at the Pretz.
And but I didn't know them, and they didn't know me. But we both kind of looked at each other like, I feel like I should know who you are,
Right.
And so, but then, and it wasn't long after that that I saw their channel. Oh, it was because I had looked up Appalachian Homestead Conference to see if anybody else had posted a video. And I'm like, I remember them because she was interviewing Pauletta that makes the aprons.
Yeah.
Actually, I have.
You got some
it's-
hanging right there.
Well, it's not them.
Oh.
I've got one hanging up in
Oh.
my room, I think.
Normally they're all hanging
That,
right
yeah,
there.
that she made. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so I met them. So that was the very first one I went to, and then of course we did the Homesteaders of America. We did two
Yeah.
of those.
Mhm.
So yeah, and we met y'all at was it the second one or the first one?
The second Homestead.
The second,
one.
yeah.
And then again this summer.
And then
Yeah.
Or last summer at the
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 Hootenanny.
Hootenanny.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I was major fangirling everywhere the first time
yeah.
at the Homesteaders, and it was funny because he had never really wanted to do the YouTube thing, and I didn't want to be in front of the camera, and so,
Yeah.
but I thought it would be fun, and he's with his personality, so we did. I finally got him to watch all these other channels, and I'm like, you know, there's all these channels. Some are local, you know, and I showed him the Pratts and stuff, and who knew, you know. 2 years later, him and Mike would be buddies, and
Yeah.
you know, Jeff Homestead Dad's
Homestead
another
Dad.
one's a good buddy, and
I like Jeff.
Yeah.
I like Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but so when we went to the conference, I was like, oh, you remember that one channel I showed you? You know? And then I'm all, of course I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Amy Fuel,
Yeah.
So, but it was a fun, it was really
And then
neat
she'd say,
experience.
"Oh, right over there. That's Tangy."
That's Tangy. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So funny.
I'd say over the last 5 or 6 years, because of videos on YouTube, we have made, some of our best friends
Yeah,
here lately.
lifelong friendships.
Lifelong
Yeah.
friends have come out of this,
Yeah.
which is cool.
It is. It's very, very cool. But yeah, and I remember because I had seen y'all, and I was like,
Well, you knew my name, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, Tangy knows my name. I think you said, oh look, it's Heather and Jason, and I was like, she got it.
oh, I did. Oh my gosh, I'm so done. But
But I was so excited. I
There's
was
Dutch.
like,
Dutch
I
is
was
watching.
close. It starts with a
You watch Speaking of
J.
Dutch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
he's
goodness.
watching here.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I was just like, I was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, how does she know who I am? We have like 100 followers.
Yeah, and I remember the first time I met when I met Doug and Stacy. It was very surreal. Like, you're on my computer, and
Right.
like, here you are in the flesh. That's crazy.
Yep.
But yeah, it was really neat meeting them because.
And
well,
he's just bigger than life personality.
Yes.
It's like he come right out of the computer screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
such a nice person too. I mean, everybody is so nice and inviting and welcoming and like
Yeah.
friendly, and we really enjoyed it. So.
You've got that. I guess you've got the camaraderie where everybody there has that common interest.
Yep.
of-
Yeah.
The like-minded people.
The
Yeah.
Always says,
the like-mindedness.
Nobody's gonna look at you funny for talking about your
Right.
favorite chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garlic.
You know, I mentioned to my friends at work, I pull in the driveway and my goats just run to the fence for me. Well, you know where that goes.
Yeah.
But they're excited, they're excited to see you, and you
Yeah.
appreciate that. You raise them, and then it's just
Other homesteaders can appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Especially like my mom. We were talking with my mom the other day, and Tangy asked her. She said, "Well, what do you think of people
All these-
now?
yeah.
All these people wanting to do this homesteading and raise chickens now."
Well, I said, what do you think about all of these young people wanting to live like how you lived when you were growing
when
up?
you grew up.
Right.
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, I don't know anybody but y'all that want to do
Yeah,
this."
she's like, all the only people I know that do it. And I was like, there's
But
a
when we
lot
go to
of
these
us.
gatherings,
Yep.
Yeah.
no, this is our people.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, yeah, my family, even my parents are like, I used to have to do that when I was a kid. I don't want to have to do
Yeah.
that. I just go buy it at the store.
one of the greatest things to realize
Okay,
too when
good.
you go to the Hootenanny or you go to the Homesteaders of America or you go to any of them.
Oh my gosh.
That's okay.
Grab it.
Are y'all still there? Yep, they're still there.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all took a trip. That's awesome.
We took a spill, guys.
Oh, that was so much stuff. Sorry.
Oh, that's my good. That's anytime I'm talking to my cousin and the phone falls, she goes, Tangy, why can't you act right?
Well, it was like not even next to the cord, so I didn't know it was like around the leg of it.
That's
so.
all right.
So sorry.
That's good.
So anyway,
Anywho,
was that an earthquake? Did you guys feel that?
yeah. Y'all feel the trembles?
That
Yeah,
darn
you-
dog knocked that thing right over.
I fall. You didn't have to throw us.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, you go to the Homesteaders of America or the Hootenanny or any of the other gatherings we have, and the coolest thing is everybody can learn something from somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether it's your first year doing chickens or you're just starting out with a garden, you might do something that might be the key for somebody else
Yeah.
and you don't even know it.
Yep.
That's
You know,
true.
and for everybody to be able to listen and just take it in. And nobody looks down on anybody if they're new. You know, everybody's so willing to give and show,
Yeah.
and that's what we really cherished about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you don't like. There's not that sense of competition. Like I want to be the only person on YouTube that knows how to do that. You know, it's like we're all helping each other,
Yeah.
and because
The
there's a passion for
The
it.
only
Yeah.
way we can all get better is to help everybody get better.
That's
Right.
Oh, whole picture home. Unrelated, they did a homeschool lesson.
Uh-huh.
I thought of us because they were doing homeschool lessons,
Yeah.
learning about stalagmites and stalactites. Cool.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Y'all didn't know y'all were going to get motion sickness watching this tonight, did you?
Sorry. So
Along,
sorry.
but a thought I had before I forget it. My dad was my dad and I went somewhere this morning, and on the drive back, you know, we were talking about, he just turned 80, we were talking about his birthday, and we were talking about, you know, his work and stuff that he does, and he said if he had to go back and do it all over again, he would just stick to farming. He said that's his greatest love is just farming.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I thought, you know, a lot of people that grew up when he grew up, they couldn't wait to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a choice.
Right.
That's how they lived. That's how they grew up. But he misses it now.
Yeah.
He misses it.
Well, I think, you know, there's something to the simplicity of it, but at the same time, I mean, we know how, you know, it's hard work, but there's a satisfaction that you get out of it that you really can't get from anything else, I think.
Jack and I were talking about that today. You know, I retired from the post office, and I'd go into work, and that mail would be there. It'd be gone when I'd leave. When I'd come back tomorrow, it'd be there again. There was never any really job satisfaction or job completed. But when you homestead and you start your garden from a seed, and you transplant it, and you harvest it, and you preserve it, and 9 months later you're still eating it.
Yeah.
That is satisfaction one.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't even matter how good it is for you. It's in your heart and your
Yeah.
head that makes it so you know lasting. And
I agree. Well, and two, I mean, and I do this and I'm surprised that my family's not sick of it yet, but like when we sit down to have a meal, I will say, you know, this is from our garden, and this is from our garden, and this is from our garden, and those herbs, that's from our garden, you know, just because there's a lot of satisfaction, there's a sense of pride, you know, that I didn't kill it. It survived and it's here and we can eat it.
The Delightful Cottage says, my hubby was convinced about the homesteading life because of HOA,
So was
Homesteaders
he.
of America. It kind of, I got bit by the bug because of it also. Yeah.
Yeah.
And something what you said about the satisfaction of seeing it. I was telling them earlier about when our son just learned how to, you know, go out to the campfire and wrap up a potato in aluminum foil and cook it. He said it was the best tasting baked potato because of that. I think it was because he had the satisfaction of, I wrapped it, I put it in there, I got it out. And it's like I cooked it outdoors by myself without any plug-ins.
Yeah, in a fire that I built.
In a fire that I built, you know, he did everything.
Had to gather the wood, and it would have been even better if he had grown the potato.
Right?
That's
Maybe
his
next summer.
That's his
Yeah,
next step.
exactly.
Yeah, that's his next step.
Yeah.
So
But
we tried
yeah.
to grow peanuts one time.
Yeah.
And,
Well, we successfully grew
Yeah, we
peanuts.
grew peanuts.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think too, probably one of my favorite things that I've ever done was harvesting sunflower seeds to eat, and then like, you know, soaking them in a brine and then drying them and then us having them, because we had like 4 quarts of sunflower seeds that we could actually eat, and that's actually my very first YouTube video, because I had mentioned doing that, harvesting sunflower seeds to eat. And somebody said, I've never seen that done. And I'm like, well, you know, people didn't always go to the store to buy sunflower seeds. They used to harvest it and eat it. So my very first video is showing how I did that. But that was back when on Instagram you could only post videos that were 15 seconds long. And so I just took all the 15-second videos and just did a compilation of the steps of harvesting sunflower seeds.
And not just the satisfaction of growing your own food and preserving it and eating it later, but the first time I actually processed my first deer.
right.
And then weeks later, I'm eating tenderloin. I was like,
Yeah.
it was that same satisfaction feeling and the appreciation from where your food actually comes from.
Oh, yeah.
So that
One
meant a lot to
of
me.
my favorites with us is we had a boomer garden one year. This one we lived in Morris, and our tomatoes. We were picking tomatoes in December, and there were still blooms
Really?
on these tomato plants. And then we went to tear the garden apart, and I found 2-foot stalks of celery in the weeds.
Really?
And they were 5 inches around on the bottom.
That's
We
bigger.
processed all that, and that was probably
12, probably.
2012. We're still eating stewed tomatoes from that season.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they're
That is
just
awesome.
about gone, don't they?
There might be 10 jars left, but we had like 74
Oh my gosh, it
jars
was-
of stewed
Wow.
tomatoes.
We were literally canning tomatoes for months.
That is awesome.
But that's, you know, I mean, we're still eating that from, you know.
That's like, yeah, better than an egg hunt. Finding celery,
Right?
What?
Yeah.
So after y'all do your RVing, you plan on settling back in Michigan, but you said something about the UP.
Yeah,
you
we're-
like that area.
I love the feeling of being up north, and if you,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if other states, if they go up north for vacation or not, I don't know. And in Michigan, you always, when you go on vacation in the summer, you're heading up north. And the UP, the Upper Peninsula, is truly, it's a different world up there. It's
And
almost
I've
like
never
time
been.
slowed
You
down up
should
there.
go.
Never been up there.
It's
It's
less
gorgeous.
populated. It's a outdoor mecca.
Okay.
You know, there's hunting, there's fishing, there's snowmobiling, cross country skiing, snowshoeing, hiking. The North American Trail goes through the Upper Peninsula, and we plan on doing some overnight hikes and things like that. And
Oh,
housing's
cool.
pretty cheap up there. Property's real cheap up there.
I have a cousin that lives in the UP.
Yeah, we just.
I guess it would shorten the growing season, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, very
It
much.
would, but
Yeah.
you would just have to grow some of the colder crops. You know,
Yeah.
more of the colder crops. Start indoor, have a greenhouse, have a high tunnel.
Yeah, we definitely would
You
have
know?
to get a greenhouse or a high
Yeah.
tunnel or some
Yeah.
sort.
But
So you can still
You can have
do
a
it.
jalapeno.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
A jalapeno.
Well,
I
Don
don't
and
know what
Terry,
that is.
thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Well, thank you. That's so sweet. Yeah, the UP. Yeah, I've got a cousin that lives up there, and I know
That
she
was
and
a
her
good
husband.
plug. That makes me
hunt.
want to go now.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean,
Porcupine Mountains are up there, and there's a place called the Lake in the Sky or
Lake in the Clouds.
Lake in the
It's
Clouds.
in the Porcupine Mountains.
Yeah.
That
Can't wait to
sounds
see that.
sounds very.
Isle Royale's up there. isn't
Yep,
it?
that's up
Yep.
in Lake
Yeah.
Superior.
That's way up by
I've worked
Canada,
with some
though.
park rangers that have worked up there,
Yep.
but that's an island with wolves on it.
Moose,
Oh.
moose also. They control each other.
Yep,
Huh.
Yep.
moose and wolves.
Well, that's
How
neat.
how Michigan got that,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
how the USA got that, and not Canada.
Yeah,
I don't know. That
yeah.
was a good deal.
That's a good deal. Yeah,
That's awesome.
the
Yeah,
UP is beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah, I was actually surprised
Sand
when we
dunes.
went to
sand dunes. Yeah.
when we went to Port Huron. We sort of bypassed Detroit, and I guess in my mind, because I had never been to Michigan, I just assumed all of Michigan looked like Detroit.
Oh,
you know.
geez, no.
And so we get up here, and I'm like, this is actually a really pretty state. Like it really is.
And you haven't even seen the half of it.
No, I've only been to
And Port
Somerset
Huron was
Center and Port
beautiful.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
It-
yeah.
it
Port
looked like
Huron
a,
looks like a Hallmark village.
Yeah,
kind of
what are
thing.
those cups I had that you threw away?
The Norman Rockwell.
Norman, it looked like a Norman
Yeah.
Rockwell.
Listen, that's a sore spot. We're not gonna get into that.
I had a whole set of
Sense
Norman
a little
Rockwell
tension
Listen.
in this
cups.
conversation.
Yeah.
I like to purge, and I don't like having things that we don't use. And those mugs had stayed in that closet for 5 years.
I see, yeah, yeah.
And
Anywho, yeah.
Moving
yeah.
on.
But anyway, Port Huron was beautiful.
It was very,
Yeah.
very beautiful. We
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I'd like to see more of Michigan.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, especially the UP.
And I didn't realize that where the Hootenanny is so close to the Michigan Speedway.
Oh yeah,
where the
like
NASCAR
just a couple
I'm kind of a
miles
NASCAR
away.
fan.
Oh, are
so,
you? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, man, I've never been to a NASCAR race, and here I am right next to a big track.
Yeah, they have one in June there, and usually June and August.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I'm not a NASCAR fan. I told him, I said, I hope you find a friend to go with you.
hey, look who's on
Yeah.
here now.
Well, I don't have my glasses.
Oh,
on.
Amy
Oh,
Fuels
Amy.
with us.
Oh, hey, Amy.
Yes, hi, Amy.
We were actually talking about you earlier.
We talked, yes, and talked about HOA and how it kind of started a whole lot of people
Huge community.
Yeah.
getting excited about being homesteaders.
Yeah.
and people that were on the fence deciding, oh yeah, this is good, something we need to
Yeah.
do.
Some of us have even said that HOA is saving one marriage at a time.
Right?
Because that is so true. But yeah, I mean,
heard
Jack
y'all
is
say that at the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because Jack is always supportive of me wanting to do well, except with the animals thing. He wasn't really all on board about me getting chickens, but like with the gardening and everything, he was cool with. And then, but yeah, and here's what's really funny though, because I remember when I went to the Appalachian Homestead, right before I left, he said, "Don't come back wanting to do all the things."
All
which-
the things.
To
I
which
don't
I
remember saying
said,
that.
"Oh, I do." And to which I said, "But I already want to do all the things, right?" So that was right when we started with the
Is that when we
whole-
first started our first garden, our first raised bed?
I think it was our second year
Okay.
gardening. Anyway, so then we go to Homesteaders of America, and who wants to do all the things now? It wasn't just me
It's
anymore.
different when you go there and you see everybody.
You see the
Explain.
community.
You see the community. You see all the like-mindedness, but then you see all the demonstrations and people talking about this is how it's done, and I'm thinking I can do that. I didn't think I could do that, but they've convinced me that it's doable.
Yeah.
So,
And especially with the connections that we get here, because if you run into a snag or a problem, you just go to one of your YouTube buds and
Yep.
say,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is what's going on. What can I do?" And usually within the day you've got an answer. And
Yeah. Well, it's funny too, because like with, we're going to be getting chickens this year. And I feel like I have read everything and I've done all the research, but I know that when I get them, I'm not going to have a clue. It's going to be like, when you have a baby and you bring a baby home, you're like, I don't know.
You
what
read
to
the
do."
book,
I read the
but
book.
What-
Yeah,
what
exactly.
next?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then, so I know I'm definitely going to be leaning on all of y'all to kind of, help me out, because I'm sure I'm going to.
greetings from Tasmania, Australia.
cool.
That is cool. Amy made a good point here. She said, "I think it's helpful when men see other men involved too."
True.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I know that in a lot of families, you will have the wife that is wanting to get into it, but there are families where it's the men. The men want to do the homesteading and the prepping and things like that. So, but it's just funny that very rarely do you start out with both people on board. You got to have one that's got to convince the other. But
Someone asked, "What's the best time to visit the UP?"
I would probably say July and August.
yeah,
The black fly season is in June, and you don't want to be in
nobody
the UP
wants to
in
be in
June.
June, but August, the fall time up there is just beautiful. You can
Fall
still
starts
still
early.
enjoy the outdoors and not be too cold. And yeah, it's the sites. There's like 34 waterfalls in the UP.
I think
Wow.
there's more than that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw somebody post a waterfall.
Someone tagged me in one
Some-
the other
yeah,
day.
where you could
Yeah,
go
my
from place to
son-in-law
place
did.
and visit all these different waterfalls.
Yep.
All our water's underground in caves here,
yeah,
except for the pond we've got back here, and
yeah, and the trees.
our swamp
and
we
the
got
trees
back
we
here.
can't afford.
Yeah.
That's another sore spot.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to
People
sneak
talking
me
about
some
chickens.
chickens. I live in town. Hey, I'm all for illegal chickens. I would support
Yeah,
you
just
100%.
Steer clear of TSC in the springtime.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh,
get us
yeah.
every time.
Every
We
time.
call them the
Suburb-
poultry pushers.
Going
They're like,
to the
if you
dealers.
take all these chickens, we'll give them to you for 50 cents off a piece. Deal. And he comes home with, no, what did you come home with? 40 ducks one day?
40 Pekin
Ducks?
ducks one time. 'Cause
Wow.
they start out at $3.99. I got out of there for
$1 a piece?
$40.
What?
Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that was a
goodness.
mess.
Ducks are worse when it comes to stink and mess than pigs.
Really?
Oh, they're awful. I mean, if you just
Wow.
have one or two, they will
You
still
can't
make
keep-
a mess of your chicken coop or your chicken run. They're just so messy.
You can't
Huh.
keep up on them.
Yeah, and Rural King. Amy says ruined
Yeah.
ruined her. Yeah, Rural
Yeah.
King ruined me when I found out they had chickens all year long.
Oh, geez, they do.
Yeah, and now we have a Rural King now. 20 minutes from our house.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Unless you're buying the Cornish crosses, because they're going to go in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
8 weeks and done.
See,
Yeah.
Cast Iron Mama says my hubby is into it from a prepper standpoint,
Nice.
but we're working now to clear debt so we can get their forever property.
Nice.
That's how we started, was on the prepper side of the house
Yep.
too. And then it just got into the,
Just being self-sufficient.
Being
You're always
self-sufficient.
prepared.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah, we had enough for a couple months for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but when you can have enough for a year,
Right.
Well, when what you have reproduces, it's like your
Yes.
meat goats have more meat goats and more milk, and it's just the circle of life, and it
Yeah.
always and forever providing for you.
Right.
so.
Well, and I mean, it kind of goes like to, our families that grew up during the Great Depression. Especially if they were farmers, they didn't really know there was a depression because they always had food. It was food on.
I could
food on
definitely, well, I didn't get hooked into homesteading that way, but I could have really gotten hooked into it from the prepping standpoint first. Yeah, because I would have been all in on that and then gradually went over to the homesteading part of it.
Yep, I had bullets and ammo, good to go.
Yeah.
Little did he know that wasn't really going to feed in very well.
But yeah, Homesteaders of America, that kind of, I went just tagging along because she was working it. And I said, well, if she's going to do it, I'm going to do it too. And then by the time we were leaving, I was already making plans to go back.
He's like, what do you think about goats? Have you ever thought about goats? I'm like, who are you?
We don't have land for goats. Wow, we could sneak a goat in.
You don't need that much.
We still lived in the subdivision then.
Yeah.
We'll sneak our neighbors won't mind. We'll tie it up.
Yeah, we did have one neighbor who was like, I'm surprised you don't have any chickens yet. I'm like,
And the kids were all into meat rabbits. They kept wanting to.
They're still wanting to do that.
Well, they're still wanting to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meat rabbits are good.
They're delicious.
And they're pretty easy. They're pretty easy too. You just gotta keep their pens clean and.
Yeah, and watching the demonstrations up there again,
Oh,
I was just like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
I thought that's something way out of my league.
Right.
But
A lot of it is the preparation too. That's the, either building your cages or buying your cages and everything that goes with it, your little feeders, your water, and just, because there's a book out there how to feed everything.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, when you get your chickens home for the first time, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? But rabbits are pretty easy.
Yeah.
They don't make they don't make any noise.
And they make a lot of babies.
And fast.
Yeah.
I mean, they get to
grow
butcher.
fast.
They get to butcher time pretty quick, and they're pretty reasonable. You can buy 50 pounds of rabbit feed. And it goes a long way with them. They give them their alfalfa.
And I really just want the poop too.
Oh yeah,
and,
amazing benefits from that.
Yeah.
I know one guy. He raises hundreds of rabbits. And he sells a bag of poop for $10 off his porch,
Isn't that
his little
amazing?
duck,
That's crazy.
wow.
That's great. Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, there's and that's one thing. My mom, I can't remember how we started this conversation. We were just sitting at the kitchen table one day, and I think I was engaged. We hadn't gotten married yet, and she was telling me. She said if there were some things that I could have done over, this is what they would have been. She said I would have got rid of the TV a long time ago. She said I would have spanked more and yelled less, and I would have had a farm. And those are the three things that she said, and she said kids just need to be on a farm, and I agree. I agree.
You can't Google experience.
That's
you learn
true.
as you go. Yeah. It was so much better when I actually saw it, and the demonstrations helped.
Oh, absolutely.
And something I never thought I would be remotely interested in, blacksmithing. When I met Josh up there.
Josh just makes it look cool.
Josh made it fun, and then when we went to Turtle Island, he was set up with us there, and he let me make some stuff, and I was like, "This is so I want to forge." But
It's like, I am man.
Yes.
Something about fire and clanging metal.
Yes,
I don't know.
exactly.
And you can really combine that with prepping. Make
Oh,
your own
absolutely.
For sure.
food.
Well, I never really considered how important that skill is until we went to George Washington's home place.
Mount Vernon.
And they were talking about the smithing area. I mean, it never occurred to me, somebody had to make nails. Somebody had to make buckles. Somebody had to make doorknobs. I mean, it's just,
bits.
you just,
Yeah, locks for fences.
Yeah.
and just everything.
but I'm thinking like the nails. You think about how massive that home was.
Yeah.
How many nails did it take? And somebody had to make every individual nail. You couldn't just go to the hardware store and
That's
buy a
crazy.
box.
Pins and
Yeah.
everything that breaks on your wagons and
Yeah.
your
So they had
Your
a
livestock stuff.
full-time blacksmith, and then they had apprentices to make sure that everything was taken care of, and they worked every single day for hours. That's just we're so spoiled, and we have everything just so easy
Right.
that you just don't think about that kind of stuff.
You know you're on a Homestead Live when poop is a normal course of conversation.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one
Pretty
batted an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was working an office job, and sometimes I would have lunch at my desk, and I worked in the front office. People would come in, and I mean, I would be sitting there having my lunch, watching a rabbit butchering video, and people like, you can watch that and eat. Yeah, why? Why?
Sure.
It's like this is my jam.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and that's another thing
Great.
too that I'm kind of nervous about.
Look
is,
who else is on here. Luke is on here.
Well, hey, Luke. We were talking about you earlier too. Yeah.
Yeah, Luke, we've got some fellow Michigan people with us today.
Michiganders. Isn't that what y'all call yourselves?
Yeah,
Michiganders. Yeah.
Jackson County.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for people that are just now joining us, this is John and Heather Crabb from Michigan.
From our Hodgepodge Homestead.
And we met them first time at the Homesteaders of America
Homesteaders of
conference.
America.
2 years.
And
Couple
then we
years
got
ago.
to hang out with them last year at the Hootenanny.
At the Hootenanny.
Which was
yeah.
a hoot. At the
It was a
Hootenanny.
hoot.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, I told the kids. I said, y'all remember when we went and we had coffee with John and Heather? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, they're coming to our house. Like,
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
brought us some of that Michigan
yes,
cherry coffee.
I'm so excited to fix that in the morning. I would drink it now, but yeah, I'm excited about it.
Now, do you put the creamer in it?
No.
No.
I
'cause
do.
it's
I
got
like
the cherry.
the vanilla and the cherry.
And the cherry.
so
I bet
good.
that is good.
No,
We
that's
have
just good
vanilla
by
creamer.
itself.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. You go out there and build a fire in the morning, and we can do some cowboy. coffee.
Blacksmith
There
was
you
the
go.
most important person in any community. That's true.
Yeah. Let's see.
I was just saying, Cindy, that they were wearing Michigan shirts. Yeah.
Oh, see,
That's
Luke
common.
said, I was just saying to Cindy that they were wearing a Michigan shirt. Or is this what you're reading?
I just read that. Yeah.
Said I might have to contact him to taxiderm. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Taxidermize.
Taxidermize my biggest steelhead trout. Wow.
Yeah, I remember.
We know a guy.
He likes to fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him talking about going.
Who said that?
Emma Gardner.
Oh, Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Luke, I'm the president of the Michigan Taxidermy Association until March 22nd.
He can put you in touch with
But
some
I can
good
get you
fish
in charge of
guys.
somebody. Yeah.
It's good to know people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the man who knows the man.
He can make it do that. Take me to the river. You know, like that.
Animate it.
Yeah.
Well, what was
Billy
that?
Bass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
Billy
was trying to
Bass,
think of his
yeah.
name.
Yeah,
Me
you
and
said
the
somebody
water.
wanted a squirrel band. Has
Absolutely,
anybody
yeah.
wanted to make one
With fish.
or
Like a
LED
singing fish?
lights in it or anything?
Oh, no, we used to have, they were LED lights that were put behind the eyes, so you do a coyote. And at night, you click it and their eyes would glow like they would if you were shining them. Those are pretty cool. They went
That's
over real
crazy.
strong for a long time.
That's crazy.
I want to go coyote hunting. That's something
That's
I haven't
exciting.
done yet, but
Yeah.
He's got a buddy that does it
Yeah.
all the time.
That
Yeah.
sounds
He
like,
like works with an
He's
outfitter.
this close to having a TV show.
Really?
Is
Yeah, yeah. Their team is.
that kind of sounds cool.
Yeah,
Be
coyotes
exciting.
around here, man. They just make the hair on the back of your neck
Oh, I
stand
know
up.
it.
Oh yes, I would love to go fishing up there. Yeah, yeah. And I've already asked off work for the Hootenanny, and I hope we'll get to leave at least a day early, so we might be able to head up your way and say hi.
Yeah, we need to go. We need to go to the M.I. Gardner
And
store.
we need to go eat some pizza.
And we gotta eat some pizza. I will go off keto for Bella Bola.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's got some keto pizza.
No, I want crust.
She wants the real deal.
Yeah, I want the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like they've got different kinds of pizza that they feature. Is it every week or every night? But yeah, this place looks super cool. We say we will make you some kind of keto pizza for the road every week. Yeah.
Yeah, every week they have a
Yeah.
special.
Well, I love pizza on the pizza, so we just might have to get that date down on paper and meet you guys there.
All right.
Yeah,
Good
okay.
deal. We'll
Make
do
a road
that.
trip.
Yeah.
And
And I love the store
Kathy
too.
at North Star has put the link up. If you haven't got your seeds yet, we've already got our seed haul. But if you haven't,
We've got one. We ain't done.
yeah,
We gotta do another one at least.
yeah,
Uh,
and yeah, we've probably had people join us recently. When you get back from your trip this weekend, she's starting her seeds.
it is seed starting time, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will start probably broccoli and cabbage and I don't know what else yet. And then in a couple of weeks I will start my
You lean back too far,
tomatoes.
you're off camera.
Well, look at me though. I'm a hot mess. But anyway.
No, you're not.
But yeah, so I'll start some brassicas, some cold weather crops. And
Good night,
then,
Amy.
Good night, Amy. And
Bye,
then
Amy.
wait a couple of weeks and then start my tomato plants and pepper plants and some other stuff. So
Yeah.
yes.
Well, we have been on here an hour.
Have we?
Yes.
We
Yes.
have. And I know these guys are super tired too.
Yeah.
Been awake for
You'll
3
probably.
o'clock Michigan time.
which is 4
Yeah.
o'clock our time, so that's 12,
No, it's 2 o'clock. your time.
17.
2
Is it
o'clock
12?
our time.
Yeah, that's what I said. 2 o'clock our time.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Let's see. Do you have any plans on here for a bat house?
No, we don't.
Probably your shirt.
I mean, we've got,
Send
we've,
it.
Got bats?
yeah. We have bats in the area. Bats are very beneficial for the area.
Absolutely.
And I have friends that have bat houses. I have the plans to make a bat house.
We used to have
They're pretty
houses,
easy to make. So yeah, that.
Still got it.
But they're very particular about where you hang them and which direction, and then getting a bat. Bats don't like to go to different spots. They
That
find a
sounds like
spot
a
and they go
future
to it
video
the whole
to
time.
me.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's see. Luke said I would like to build some in the off season to put up. I could really use a video.
yeah. Vicky says, "Where in Michigan are y'all from?"
We are from Jackson County, southern end of Michigan, southeast,
Well,
Yeah.
South
southwest,
Central.
south central, yeah, whatever.
And y'all did something cool. You talked to me about this at the Hootenanny, where you and was it Jeff and a few others, y'all had that mobile.
Yeah, it's
Were y'all
the Mid Michigan Mobile Butchering Team.
YouTuber
Mid
something.
Michigan Mobile YouTuber Butchering Team. That's a big acronym.
And when people had a bunch that they needed butchering, y'all would go assist.
Yeah,
and
they would.
help.
Whoever was
whoever had it
available.
would say, "Hey, I've got 3 pigs that want to get butchered. Whoever can make it, they were going to do it."
You helped the Pratts do a bunch of birds.
Bunch of chickens, and then we went to Jamie's for
My guard.
My Guard Keep. We went to his place. He doesn't have a channel, but he follows all you guys and everything.
Yeah, he's a.
And we went to his place to do pigs one day, and
That was very
that was
educational.
a blast because we scraped one and we skinned one, and I had never scraped a hog before, so that was a huge learning
And we had
process there.
Mike from Part Time Permies there,
Yeah.
and
Oh, okay.
as a professional chef, you know, he knew all
He
the
knew all the
cuts
cuts,
how to
and
butcher
stuff.
everything.
It was
Very cool.
it was
That-
very
yeah.
educational. And
So-
then I'm sorry.
Oh no, you can.
Stefan, he doesn't have a channel, but you probably know who
From
he
Yes.
is.
the Cincinnati
Yeah,
area.
yeah,
Yeah, I
so
like
he
him. He's
came
cool.
up to that pig butchering too, and
Yeah, we brought a bunch of charcuterie.
Yeah.
That's a hard word. to
That
say.
chef-
That uncooked meat that's good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you guys missed it the year before at the Hootenanny. He brought a tongue loaf.
Yeah, it was like
Really?
a souse loaf is what they would call it, a souse mold. But it was
He
basically
always brings the most
gelatinized
interesting things.
meat that's cooked, and then it's in its own fats, and it looks like Jello.
Is that what they call head cheese?
Head
Yes,
cheese?
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In
I just
Wisconsin-
can't see it being made.
Oh,
You know,
it's
I could,
it tastes
It's
so
gonna be a
good though.
no-brainer.
Yeah.
Really?
It was
Yeah.
really good.
I
What it
could
taste like?
eat it. I just
It
I don't
tasted
like
like
seeing it.
it tasted like meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
His
My
wife
mom's
said-
made it.
His wife said she wouldn't eat it because she's not gonna taste anything that has the taste buds to taste her back.
Yeah.
I said,
No,
right.
I've had beef tongue, which was incredible.
And what
Very
was
good.
it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Well,
Was it
I
beef tongue in
saved
it?
a couple of my deer tongues this year to try them.
Really?
There's a lot of tongue
Really?
you don't see in the back of a deer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. Well, let us know how that
I
goes.
will.
Tubbs of
Yeah.
Love says that their dad had a mobile butcher. Was a mobile butcher when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, my grandma called that stuff Schultz.
Schultz.
They're Polish.
Oh.
They call it
Ah.
Schultz,
Cool.
which is German. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asked where you were going.
Oh, I am going to Georgia on business.
Yeah. Or it might have been where y'all were going. I don't know. They just no. They
We're
said
going to
Tangy.
Foley,
Oh.
Alabama on pleasure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be working.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And I love the idea of y'all doing that together. It's very, just that this community is just
Yep,
awesome.
absolutely.
Yeah, Homestead Dad is getting ready to put up a high tunnel, so he asked everybody, hey, when I'm ready and I've got it, who wants to come over and help?
Yeah.
And we all said we will.
Yep,
so.
we'll be
Yeah.
there.
It's like a barn raising.
Yeah, absolutely.
Emma Gardner says, what do you guys think about a Homestead pizza for the week that you guys are coming?
Yes.
Farm-raised bacon, chicken, pork, sausage with local
We're
fresh
definitely gonna
tomatoes
need
and
to tag
local
along,
yes.
mozzarella. Yeah, make it my.
Can you grow pineapple?
That sounds
He did
awesome.
grow. He had a coffee tree.
Yeah, he
Remember
still
that?
does.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
a coffee tree, and he had harvested enough coffee on it to actually make coffee.
Make a cup of coffee,
Well,
but
he did. I remember him growing it, but he hadn't
Yeah.
had anything yet.
But yeah, I mean his the last picture I saw, it was loaded in beans.
But it takes like
positive.
several years to get to
Coffee.
that point, right?
Yeah, I think it
Pineapples
did.
might be harder.
But you can actually
Yeah.
buy coffee bean seeds on his website too. So if you're interested in trying it,
That would be hard though.
That would be
Would it?
something we could grow in the
Inside.
in the
Yeah.
camper.
in the camper, yeah,
Start it now, and then when we land wherever.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, he says that. Yeah, we are loaded 2 pounds of coffee expected.
Yay!
Wow,
that is
That's
so
it's
cool.
doing great. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's very
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, it's fun watching. And we actually there's a guy that Jack works with that is a huge M.I. Gardner fan, and he's always asking me about the 80-year-old tomato
Oh,
plant. And he's like, hey, have you heard how it's doing? And I'm like, I haven't seen any updates. I'm sure I've missed them. But yeah, he's always asking about that.
Okay, here's a question: do you get your canning jars on Amazon, or is there
Or
somewhere
somewhere-
typically cheaper?
Believe it or not, I really have fallen in love with the jars that you can get at Dollar General, and their lids they seal like
Yeah. Another
really good.
another good place to get your canning jars are garage sales.
Uh-huh.
If you go to a garage sale and you don't see them, ask, hey, do you have any canning jars? I probably got 500 canning jars one summer for so cheap.
Yeah.
Their own storage.
And and
Yeah.
you'll also be surprised how many people would be willing just to give them to you if you still have stuff in it and you are willing to dump it out and wash it.
Right.
Because there's a lady or a family we used to go to church with where the mother had passed away, and I mean she had some stuff that she had canned over a decade, and I was like, I wasn't there when it was canned. I don't know what's in it, so I just went ahead and dumped it out. And I mean, some of those pickles smelled like kerosene, but when it was all said and done, I mean, I had like 80 jars for free. All I had to do was clean them up. So, yeah, but if I'm buying new, the Golden Harvest jars at Dollar General and the I guess they're Golden Harvest lids. Those lids are killer. Like
Is that off camera?
that's all right. They can hear me. But they seal very, very well. Very well. Let's see. Anyway. All right. Let's see. I'll check garage sales. I have a Dollar General nearby. Walmart's a half hour, and I try to avoid Walmart anyway. Me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, just get you a case of those Golden Harvest, and the lids. I think I'm more impressed with the lids than the jars. I mean, a jar is a jar, which is probably sacrilegious to say in the canning world, but to me, a jar is a jar. As long as it's not nicked or anything. But the lids I really am a fan of those.
Nowadays, you could probably put in search of on your marketplace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Goodwill.
people wanting to get rid of them might,
Yeah, I've seen them at Goodwill for 10 cents a jar and $1 a jar, so it's
Yeah.
just hit and miss at Goodwill's. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Never had a Golden Harvest lid failure.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've had a lot of especially the new ball lids. What are they called? They're like the 18-month of the 16-month seal or something like that. And those I've had
Those aren't the
more
curves,
failures on those than I've had on the Golden Harvest. I mean, like I said, they just
I've been canning for probably 15 years, and that's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of jars. And I've probably only had 3 that have gone bad.
really.
Yep. And I've used you know, the
Oh,
ball, Mason. One I've had Dollar General ones before. I've had the Walmart brand ones
What
before.
did we always get from the big thing of it from the Amish general store?
Those are Mason jars.
Are they?
Yeah.
No, but are they
brand.
all? Oh,
Yeah.
Mason. Okay.
Yeah. The only problem I've had with the ones from Walmart is when you're dealing with them, not so much canning with them, but putting them away, the bottoms break sometimes. I think the glass is just a little cheaper. But I've never had one fail in the canner.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I caught myself yawning too, so I'm kind of getting that sleepiness too.
Let's see. Cur quality has gone down sadly. We've had 5 to 7 failures from them. So sad. Oh wow. Let's see. I stopped canning in cur. Oh, where'd it go? We use them only for dry storage and drinking cups. When I moved, I downsized and got rid of my canning jars like a stupid nut. I guess I thought I was never gonna cook again. Yeah. I save all my jars. Except I will say this. I know a lot of people will save jars like pasta sauce and stuff like that to can in them later. I don't do that. I think those. I don't know. I don't do that.
Those are good jars for a lot of your dry goods too.
Yeah.
He puts herbs in them
Yeah,
and
put a lot of my herbs.
Yeah, but you don't can in
No,
them.
no.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Cool deal.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's see. All right, you guys. Well, we are going to get off here because it is late,
Yeah.
and I know we've all got early mornings. So, anyway, you guys are the bomb. Thank y'all so much
Yes.
for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much.
And be sure to check out our Hodgepodge Homestead. Like I said, it's been a little bit since they've videoed, but they are getting ready to start uploading some videos of their
Yeah.
adventures.
And they're on the road traveling, and we
Facebook
have
and Instagram too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram as well. And yeah.
Kentucky meets Michigan tonight.
Yes.
So
Thanks for
a
having
little
us.
2 for 1
Thanks
for
for
you.
being
So yeah, we're so glad that they stopped by today.
Absolutely.
I'm glad it was my day off work, so we could spend more time together.
Absolutely, yeah, it worked out
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we talked last summer, you said let us know when you come through and stop by. So I said, oh, we found a campground south of your area, and so when you guys offered this, I was like,
No,
well,
just
even
stay
better
here.
because then we can
Stay
just
here. You
visit
can
while
hook
we're
up.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Campground, schmampground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Thanks for all your good questions tonight as
Yeah.
well. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. We really appreciate that. And just kind of keep following along with us. We got more videos coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seed starting soon.
Seed starting soon.
Thank you guys. Good night.
Good night.